interactive, I guess. I mean, I know I'm interactive as far as y'all actually literally seeing me on camera, but I thought I'd actually show my face and talk to y'all in real time. I'm currently hiding from my children on my back porch in the freezing cold because we're about to have a winter storm. And anyway, every time I swear I turn this on, one of my kids comes in and needs my attention, which is fine. That's fine. That's mommy life. That's what I'm here for. But I just wanted to go over a couple little things that I'm doing. I'm trying to do my goals for 2022. I forgot what year it was. I am not a minimalist. I don't want to be a minimalist. I don't have a problem with minimalism. I think it's great if that works for you. I do like to have more things around me. I like to have lots of pictures on the wall and comfy pillows and big, oversized furniture, whatever you want to call it. My tastes are a little bit gaudy, I guess you could say. And I'm perfectly fine with that. However, I have learned that I don't do well with dusting and cleaning under stuff. And it's starting to become more trouble than it's worth, if that makes any sense. So my goal is going to be to go through my house and just kind of declutter and get rid of things that I really don't need, that are taking up space and that are hindering me from cleaning. And like, I have a table in the back homeschool room that just, I continue to pile stuff up on it, and it's not actually serving a purpose. It's just a place for me to store stuff. So I'm going to be trying to get rid of, those things. So we're going to start in my kitchen, and today we're going to start with my pantry, which is not necessarily decluttering it, because you can't really get rid of food. You're always going to need food. You're always going to need somewhere to put it. So we're just going to clean it up and try the best that we can and see if I can find a system that works. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos. It means the absolute world to me. I know I keep saying it, but it's true, and I don't know any other way to say it. So I hope you all enjoy. The bottom of this, it gets messy like this all the time. There are 7 of us in this house. I know I keep saying that like a broken record, but that's my excuse. So anyway, it's actually been 2 or 3 days since I filmed this, and now I'm doing the voiceover, and it stayed clean. I'm pretty proud of all of us. I guess I just needed to get rid of a bunch of stuff, but it's just so easy, especially when I buy in bulk, and I'll just throw stuff in there. And y'all, it's mainly me. Now, my son, who feeds his dog in here, he is responsible for the dog food. So that is a little bit of his fault with the trash can lid being open and there being dog food spilled. But yeah, like that bag I just pulled out, that was an Amazon bag of dog food, because it's easiest to order my dog food offline. I'm sorry, not easiest, cheapest. I order Science Diet for my puppy and my Lulu, my little Shih Tzu. And then Harry eats that Purina Naturals. I don't know what that high-end one is. I get it at Sam's. So I know I feed all 3 of my dogs different foods, but they're family members too, and I want them to live a long, healthy life. So it's just as important for them to eat healthy as it is for us, I think. You can see at one point I did try to organize this pantry with bins, and bins don't work in my pantry. I'm not really sure why. They don't work. These specifically don't work because of the shape of them. So, and nobody can see what's in any of them. Stuff gets spilled. I'm showing y'all a box of Hamburger Helper that my son took the chili pack out of to make chili with, and then just didn't bother to put it back. But anyway, yeah. We eat Hamburger Helper, y'all. You can judge if you want. That's on you. I don't care. Sometimes it is the easiest way to make dinner. We eat almost all of our meals at home. I cook a lot of stuff from scratch, and I try to make dinner almost every night with the exception of Friday night and Sunday night. I got the idea from my neighbor. Friday is you're on your own. So, fend for yourself Friday. That's what we call it. And then Sunday afternoons, we usually go out to eat after church. And it's usually a really heavy meal, so we don't, I don't fix dinner the rest of the night. But, and then Saturday nights, I guess I say this more, my husband usually cooks, or he's in charge of dinner, so Anyway, said all that to say, I like to have my pantry pretty stocked, so whatever I decide to cook for dinner, I've got it. Sometimes it's, completely home cooked meal down to the bread, and then sometimes, like I said, it's, hamburger helper. And so I guess I kind of exaggerated in the amount of times I cook. I cook 4 nights a week. And, my kids do their own lunches, and then breakfast is, you never know what it's going to be for breakfast. So sometimes I eat cereal, sometimes I eat eggs. It just really depends. And yes, I know I have a lot of mac and cheese. We love mac and cheese. I make my own homemade mac and cheese, and then we also do the Cheetos, and then, just regular good old Kraft. But, well, it's not Kraft, it's generic. And again, I don't have anything against generics, obviously. There are a couple things I'm particular with that I like. Most dressings, I think, are pretty, you can't get a generic brand of that. So, little interesting tidbit, I went down the TikTok rabbit hole and somehow ended up on, like, prison TikToks, and I guess Cheeto mac and cheese started in prison. I'm not quite sure how true that is, so don't quote me on it, but I thought that was kind of funny. But this is a lot of my dry goods, a lot of my baked goods, well, stuff to make baked goods. So I've got pinto beans, rice, and oats. And then that's cornmeal that I buy at the Amish barn. It's just strictly cornmeal. There's, no flour or anything in it. I make my own homemade cornbread in the skillet. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. I like sweet cornbread. I know a lot of people are particular about whether they like sweet or, like, I guess you call it savory. So, but yeah, we like ours real sweet. It's almost like cake. And I like to take the leftovers and heat it up and drizzle a little bit of honey over it and put milk on it too and just kind of mush it up. It's real good that way. I know that it's a ton of peanut butter, but there are 7 of us here in this house, so keep in mind. So when I buy peanut butter at Kroger, they do the 10 for 10 sales, so I will stock up on it. And y'all, one little of those small containers of peanut butter will maybe make like 4 sandwiches in this house, or if I make peanut butter cookies or something. So I know that looks like I'm hoarding it, and same with the barbecue sauce. I use half of that container of barbecue sauce when I make meatloaf, and same with the breadcrumbs, that's what I meant to say. So I know it looks like I went a little overboard, and maybe sometimes I do, but like I said, when I don't do a meal plan, so when I decide I want to make something, I want to have everything in the cabinets. It does tend to get a little out of control sometimes, especially if I don't clean it, and then I don't know what I have, and then I think I need to buy a whole bunch more than I really did, but so, what are y'all's things that you like to hoard, or that you like absolutely do not want to run out of in your cabinet? Like, you would rather have 50 of them than none. I'm curious to know what different things are, because I know a lot of people, some people do that with water, like bottled water and stuff, which is actually probably not a bad idea. But y'all, mine are always weird things, like the barbecue sauce. Oh, butter's another one that I do a lot of. I always buy a ton of butter. I use real butter, and I use about a stick anytime it seems like I use butter, just because I always have to make so much. When I cook and everybody eats, I can't just make a normal family size. Like I said, 7 of us. I've got 4 boys, and then my husband, and then me and my daughter, and sometimes me and my daughter can eat just as much as the guys can. Obviously, by looking at me, you can tell I can too, but, it is what it is. But I'm just cleaning up here. I'm clearing off all the mess that I made. It seems like every time you clean a room or clean a section, you make an even bigger mess somewhere else in your house, and that's what I'm doing here. Ooh, y'all, she looks so pretty. That white on the floor is just old paint. Well, I can't get up. This floor needs to be replaced anyway, so we'll eventually get to it. This is typically what my laundry looks like if I keep up with it. That is a big old lift because right now I know my laundry room really needs touched up again. It's a never-ending story, y'all. That's my 18-year-old Atticus, and that's us and our different types of camo. It is amazing how many different types of camo there are, and I guarantee that we have every type in this house. And ironically, none of us hunt, and none of us have been in the military. We just apparently love camo. But I just want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. It really absolutely means the world to me. And I hope that y'all come back and y'all have a blessed one.